5-6, but remain one game behind the Cowboys in the division. So, Shannon, how much faith do you have in the Eagles winning the NFC East?
Well, I'm still confident because the Cowboys is what's in first place. And you already know how they do things, Skip Bayless. You know.
How do they do? They win the division?
They don't win nothing. They haven't won anything.
Two of the last 3 years.
They should have won this division. This division should have already been over if they were what you said they were. If Dak is what you said he is.
Yep.
But they're not. So I feel very confident that they can still win this division. Now, again, Wentz, you called him bounce it to it, skip it to him. He would do it exactly what you
give
said.
it to him.
Yeah, he was definitely giving it to him yesterday, Skip. He didn't play well. And the interceptions are inexcusable because he's trying to fit balls in where there's no one. I mean, the defender is between him and his receiver, and he's still trying to make those throws. And Skip, I'm afraid that he's losing confidence because we can talk about who's not there. D-Jack was inactive. Alshon was inactive. Aguilar was inactive. Jordan Howard was inactive. But the guys that
So was Jadeveon Clowney. But go ahead.
No, but I'm saying from his point of view.
I got it.
The guys that were there, when they were open, he was throwing the ball. I mean, he had the running back that was wide open for a touchdown.
Can we see that? I want to see that. It's on the first drive. It's what turned into a field goal drive. And
he threw
Miles
it up
Sanders.
he threw it up in the stands. I'm like,
what are you doing? Carson. Wait, that missed by 10 yards.
That was weird.
What are you doing?
I'm like,
What?
what is that?
I don't know. That sort of set the tone for the rest of the day.
Yes.
Tough start.
Okay.
And so I don't particularly care about who wasn't there. Sure, I'm sure he would have loved to have those guys. But the guys that are there, you got to put them in position. And he was not accurate. And a lot of this, and even on the fourth down play, I think it was 4th and 3, the last one to Arthega-Whiteside. Skip, his footwork is terrible. Accuracy is tied to footwork. You watch his footwork, just watch it. And that's what I did. I wanted to make sure because if your footwork is not impeccable in these type conditions, you get really exposed and you see what happens. You start spraying the ball all over the field. And because his footwork is atrocious, this is what happened. But because this is the Cowboy that has the lead, and they're not out of the woodwork because this division should have been over a long, long time ago. But because it's the Cowboys, they still have a chance. All they got to do, I believe they win out. Win out, but they still got to hope the Cowboys win too because the Cowboy has the better conference record. Because if they win out, they'll have one loss in the division to Dallas. And if Dallas loses to them, they'll have one loss in the division, but it comes back, not comes to conference, and Dallas has a better conference. So they need to lose 2 games in order for the Eagles to catch up.
So
I'm confident they can do that.
I'm going to give you this. The Eagles have what most people rate as the easiest closing schedule in all the NFL. It goes at Miami,
Dub.
New York Giants,
Dub.
at Washington.
Dub.
Yikes.
Twice.
Dwayne Haskins, what's he doing?
Taking selfies.
Oh, you got to take a selfie?
Up. What are you doing,
guys,
Dwayne?
that was so
And he was really
bad.
shaky. I know he had 2 field goal drives, and the second one finally won the game, but that's just wrong.
I mean,
Wrong.
Hold on, you're supposed to be taking a snap, right? Victory formation.
You're
I
taking a
missed
snap,
that.
all right.
Oh, my bad.
Snap that camera, right?
Yes,
With fans in the stands?
I hope
Really,
he-
Skip?
What?
Let you know
not
where it's
good.
at. As I told you, that's what social media do for
So
you.
that's
good.
at Washington. Then here come the Cowboys. And that'll
Gotcha.
be the be-all, end-all.
Yeah,
And then they have to finish at Danny Dimes, and you don't know. Maybe he'd light them up that game.
Oh, that's what you hope that. Yeah, I want to. Can I go ahead and get like? I want to put like 20 cases on there. I want to go all or nothing.
Shannon, I'm
I want
prepared
to
to
go
protect
skip.
you. Don't
I mean, I'm
go
down
20
42,
cases.
but I need 20.
Three.
Yeah.
No,
43. You lost one
You're
yesterday.
making these
Okay.
big bets.
Back to 43.
I'm down 43 cases. I need at least 20.
Nope, I got 5 on it. That's what we
10,
bet before.
10,
No, I'm not going to
10.
do it.
Skip.
Well, you
This is
got
what-
the easiest closing schedule in football.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about us against you.
Yeah, I got it. But you got the easy. It's cakewalk for
Hold
you.
on. Y'all still got Washington too. He might be taking.
last
He
game.
might be taking a picture with Dak on the field.
We don't
Who
want
knows?
that.
He might be. All I know is that once and for all, it has been proven Dak Prescott is better than Carson Wentz.
Oh, really?
He has been. He will be.
You feel comfortable saying that after
I
yesterday?
definitely do.
Oh.
And the point is, the Carson Wentz I'm seeing continues to press harder and harder, and he's crumbling right before your very eyes. He is coming apart psychologically for all the points that you made about footwork, and he's trying too hard to fit balls in, and I'm seeing deer in headlights. And I told you going into this season No quarterback, especially a young quarterback, has more pressure on his shoulder pads than this one because of the guy who came before him who's not there anymore. And I know Nick Foles isn't doing much for Jacksonville, but he did a whole lot for Philadelphia. He'll never have to buy himself a drink again in the city of brotherly love because he's the Super Bowl MVP. He hung 41 on Bill Belichick, and that's all that anybody really cares about and remembers. And all of a sudden, Carson Wentz has become the ultimate turnover machine in the NFL.
Terrible.
You can't keep coughing it up like that because he coughed up 2 fumbles, but there was a third one that he lost on a sack fumble that got negated by an earlier defensive holding call.
Right.
So it could have been easily 5.
He's real careless with the football in the pocket.
I don't get it. He's trying too hard to make the play, and he can't seem to find anybody open. And that's why I've always called him Carson, W-I-N-C-E, Wentz, as in ouch. Because you just look up, and I just kind of, it's like clockwork.
Well,
he's going to turn it over.
Well, your guy didn't do too much better. R-E-I-G-N.
Rain?
Yeah.
Dakota Rain?
Yeah.
I had to think about that. Yep.
Yeah, how was he yesterday? In the elements. He's supposed to be one of the
elements.
He was R-A-I-N yesterday,
Yeah,
right? That's all he was. He was
All
Rain
rain,
Dakota.
all day.
Yeah.
But look, even that being said, Skip, you would have thought that the Cowboys could have already buried the Eagles by now had they taken care of their business. But because they haven't, the Eagles still like, oh, yes, we haven't played well, but we're only a game behind.
Yeah, but you didn't take care of yours either. You lost to Detroit at home.
Yeah,
How about that? You lost at Atlanta.
They didn't lose to the Jets. You lost to the
Okay,
Jets.
well, I got it. I just told you. It feels like somebody's going to finish 8-8 and win this division.
Well, it's probably
The way
going to be us.
Yeah.
No, we're going to be nine. No, we're going to be. Hold on. We got 5 games left. We can be 10-6.
Well, I'm going to give you this also. Your Eagles defense has come back together, and the front 7 is fierce. And they put it on Russell Wilson.
What about that back 4?
Well, it's getting better. It's getting healthier and better.
Yeah, you do know DK Metcalf
Well,
dropped
he
the
did.
touchdown.
He did.
And he dropped another throw
one
up the sideline.
I agree. He did.
Now, Russell did miss one. He missed the tight end, Hollister, wide open in the end zone. He overshot him.
Russell Wilson got sacked 6 times yesterday. And because he barely threw for 200 yards, and remember, 38 of them came on a flea flicker. Remember that? So he didn't throw the ball very well. They ran the heck out of it because Rashad Penny came out of nowhere, out of the doghouse, I guess, and he had 14 carries for 129 yards. But other than that, they didn't muster much offense. And his QBR, Russell Wilson's, was terrible. It was 16.
But guess who he in front of Dak, ain't he?
Russell Wilson is just barely ahead of him.
I don't know about that, just barely.
He just barely. I think he's just barely.
But what can I-
Dak is 3rd now.
Can I interest you?
In fact, I think he's behind Dak.
Who number 1?
Yeah, my homeboy. He's the only one who didn't screw up yesterday because he didn't play.
My homeboy's back where he should be, which I told you he would be.
So he backed into it, is what he did.
Can I interest you in 24-3? 24 tubs, 3 picks. And he's unbeaten on the road. I mean, he hadn't lost the game on the road. Nobody can see him. It's
pretty good.
He's the first quarter. Skip a historical. He loved historical perspective. You know Russell Wilson is the first guy to have a winning record his first 8 seasons in the NFL in 100-year history. That NFL always flashes that 100. No other quarterback can boast what he can.
But the first, 5 years, he had the Legion of Boom.
Don't
That'll
do
help.
that. Don't do that.
Well,
Skip.
do
Don't
it.
do it.
I didn't do it. They did it.
Well, you didn't do. People didn't say that about Terry Bradshaw when he had Joe Green, Mel Blount.
I think
all
they
those guys.
did. I think they did. I
But
don't think he gets nearly enough credit. He won 4 Super Bowls.
I know, and that's why.
Okay.
Because they say all these great players.
Well, then it was like Lynn Swann, John Stallworth.
Franco.
Right? Franco.
Mike Webster. They had a great team. But we talk about Russ.
Yeah.
That's the very guy, Russell Wilson, the guy that you said you would take Dak Prescott over. But that's not what we're talking about right now.
I think he slipped in the MVP race.
I don't think he slipped at all.
I think he slipped.
I think he slipped. He slipped.
Barely had 200 yards. Woo.
Hold on. Your guy,
6
hold on.
sacks.
Your guy had 212 yards and caught an L.
Okay, it wasn't raining in Philadelphia.
It was windy.
It was not windy.
Yes, it's what you know what.
Or, I mean, it's
They
still
asked
Philly,
Pam
though.
Oliver down on the field early in the game, is it windy down there, Pam? Not really. Maybe there's a little gust here
Okay,
there, but she said it wasn't really
Skip,
windy.
Skip. So what? It wasn't a Category 5.
No.
Okay.
It wasn't windy. It was windy last Sunday when Brady was there.
Oh, so that was.
It was blowing like, well, they said it was like 40 miles an hour.
No, you know what?
Doesn't mind the conditions.
You know what? But all I'm saying is that because of the Cowboys, the Eagles should already been done. Guys should already be scheduling tea times and going to Tahiti, all that other place. Because they're the Cowboys, That's why the Eagles say, we one game back. I tell you what, this is what we're going to do. We're going to win one game at a time, which I believe will be 5 in a row, and then we'll sit back and see what the Cowboys do.
We're going to win one game at a time, starting with Buffalo, and then one game at Chicago, and then one game against the Rams, then one game at Philly, then one game against Dwayne Haskins, and we'll be good.
Well, all I know is this. Thurman Thomas is going to give the pep talk. Thurman, get him right up there.
Oh, you
Let's go, Buffalo. A little bit soft tonight.
I think Frank Gore could give him a pep talk because he's.
Oh, man, Frank Gore.
Hey, that was all time.
Can you believe that?
Yep.
Wow.
Can.
Good interview.
Yep.
Good interview. Okay, how about this, guys? A grade for Rain Dakota.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Really?
Rain. I'm just going to call him that from now on. What grade does he deserve for his performance against the Patriots yesterday?